Hey everybody, it is Mob Guppy, where the Guppy is the mob. Bolo is here, but wants to get down, so I'll let him down. Tom Fishing, first one in the room. How y'all doing? How are you all doing? Well, by the way, I need a haircut in a pretty serious way. I cut my hair short, and ironically, to keep it going on, it's now it's sticking up all over the place. Can't do a thing with it, and I need to get some gel, I guess. Not much. I'm beginning to do content videos, which over the last about since the end of January, I had not done, mainly because I was preparing to move. And hey, there you go. I just had fishless fillets, vegan fillets with zucchini. And that's what I had for dinner. It was delicious. And I'm enjoying some delicious Members Mark Sam's Club water. What do you have on the docket, Tampa Tom? What are you going to eat? Hi, everybody. As you're coming in, say hi. Feel free to. No judgment here. So, yeah, so I put out my first video, like I guess middle of January. So it's been a couple of months. So I put that out. I have another video coming out tomorrow. Sand Creek Aquatics. Fantastic. I'm glad you're good. Glad you're doing well. So I'll have a video coming out, real content videos coming out a couple of times a week. I've got to start working on the new fish room area, but I'll probably start doing that this weekend. Larry D's, Tanks and More. Jesse, HC Agua, welcome. Mac and cheese. Hey, considering I went to the grocery store. Actually, I went today, but I went on Saturday. I didn't need any food in the house, really. I just needed stuff for the fish. And I love giving my plecos and my Mica splendens either live or, I love giving them live fish. Teresa Cookie, how are you? I love giving them zucchini or yellow squash. And I do it every other day, or I try to. And I put in a huge, thick thing. And you'll see it on tomorrow's video because I have it on the 65. About a half-inch thick, and it was a huge one. It was a gigantic thing. So I promptly, these suckers, I mean, the Amica Splendens and the shrimp with the super red plecos have consumed a ton of it. So it's all good. Hey, Bolo, come on. Hold on a second here. I know what he's after. 1 second. Be right back. Hey, Bolo. There we go. He wanted his toy that had gotten pinched underneath the recliner. And I love my recliner. I don't sit there that much because Bolo doesn't like the recliner. He prefers not to sit on top of a lap. He wants to sit just to your left. So what's going on in the fish room? It's I have a lot of excitement going on. It's getting everything organized. I did my second baby brine shrimp feeding since the early March. I think the last one I did was March 9th. So they had not had one until yesterday. So they got a second feeding today. They'll get their third feeding tomorrow. They're back on the everyday deal. So that's kind of excitement all the way around. And so I really appreciate getting that up and running. The fish look great. Everything is really happy. I'm waiting. I talked about this a little bit on Saturday. I got a brand new canister filter that I put in the 65, and occasionally it turns itself off and turns itself back on. So I called Marineland, and I have another one of those things I just think are it's absolutely great. And these folks were like on the phone with me immediately, sent me emails. They said, "Can you send a receipt?" I sent them a receipt. I'm expecting a replacement tomorrow or the next day. They said within 5 to 7 working days. Fine. This is like on Friday, so I'm guessing it'll be tomorrow or 5 to 7 total days. So it'll be tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm guessing it'll arrive. Nothing's going on in shipping. It's what's going on in your fish rooms? Anybody get anything new? It's I have a couple of things I have to get, but I haven't gotten it yet. I need to get another vegetable clip because you just can't have enough of those. I need to get for the 55. I moved all the wood over to the 65, and so I need to get a piece of wood for that. And I'm going to slowly begin converting the 55 tank over to an African cichlid tank. I have to wait a little bit because I've got to get some shrimp out of there. And I have all these doggone baby, super red plecos I've got to allow to grow up. Come on, Bolo. So I'm going to get rock formations and stuff to put in there. I'm just going to slowly convert. And I'll show you guys in an upcoming video. It won't be the one tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that for the one on Sunday or next week. So you can go from there. So Bolo wants to come up, but to come up, he needs a treat. Come on. Come on, world's most spoiled dog. So that's kind of exciting. Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's, I have stuff up to be shipped, available to be shipped out, but, no one's interested in it. I don't think shipping has slowed down all that much. You haven't gotten your super reds to breed? How old are your super reds, Jesse? And I may or may not have a good tip for you. How big are they? Do you have a male that's beginning to show all the bristles on the nose? My super reds, I had purchased 3 at a fish auction. Oh, they're big enough? Okay. Here's what I did. I was like waiting for these things to get going. And I had just a couple of caves in, and I purchased 4 caves, and 2 of the caves I thought I'd made a real mistake on because they're small. Real small. Well, doggone it, guess which ones they're breeding in? The real small pleco caves. Tiny ones. I got them from, is it Pleco Caves? What's the big Pleco Cave website? Bolo wants to be fed by hand, by the way. That's what I'm doing here. His food is going into his mouth because he's spoiled. So I put in those small ones, and doggone it, that's where they've been breeding. And I'll tell you what I'm feeding. Just to go through, I am feeding. Again, I do zucchini a lot. I know a lot of people believe in green beans. I've never done green beans. I have cans of green beans here. I've never fed them. Don't ask. And I'll tell you my big fear of it, just to be as transparent as I can be. My fear is the cleanup will be such a pain in the butt. And so that's why I've never done it. And that's why the zucchini and the yellow squash work absolutely terrific. The fish swim around, and the super reds eat on that and what have you. I have an omega-1. It's sort of it has kelp and other things, wafer that veggie wafer I put in, and I feed a couple of different types of shrimp. One's a shrimp wafer, and one's a shrimp pellet. Oh, they don't leave a trace of them? Okay, well, I'm just gonna have to do that, I guess. I'm gonna have to do that. I'll tell you what, they love the zucchini. I got a nice big slug to go into that uh, with the Yumika Splendens and with the Plecos, which are in different tanks, of course. That's what's going on there. So that's what I have going in. How many Plecos do you have in your tank, Jesse? What size? Nope. I put in. I do not cook the zucchini. I have a vegetable clip that I purchased on eBay. That's I got one. I thought it was kind of expensive. It was like $7 or something like this. I liked it so much. I got a second one. I'm gonna get a third one. I think they're fantastic. And you have five? Okay, that's what I have. I have five too. And so what I originally did is I purchased three at this fish auction. I'm guessing they were all siblings. So I decided, at least full siblings or maybe half siblings. So I thought I needed a little more genetic diversity. So I got two more, and from our buddy at Michael's Fish Room, and they were small, and he told me they would be small when they arrived. And quite frankly, I think that they turned out to be females. And I think those are the ones that have been breeding. I think he sent me two females, and I got of the original three I got two males and one female. So pretty cool. And so that's what I have going on. I put all the shrimp or all the caves next to each other, real close to each other. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. All I can tell you is this: I've seen some people, put caves in all sorts of different directions. At least for me, and again, what works for you, that's the thing about this hobby is that what works for you, go with. All I can tell you is my experiences and what works for me. And so what I end up doing is that I end up with my thing. I end up, put them in the same direction and it's facing out so I can look into them. That's what I do, and it works just fine. So my guppy thing, I put out a video, my first produced video yesterday on Sunday, and I made a guppy cross, and I'm not getting, at least this first generation. I had this Michael threw in a Michael Fisher when I got the plecos, threw in a bonus pair of guppies, a different strain that I didn't have that I had not had. So here's what I did. I ended up getting, the female died, so I put the male in with a couple of swordtail females, and I'm getting like, it's like an Asian style. It isn't a full delta tail. That the type of fish you'd get a lot from Indonesia. And I'm getting like in the cross, I'm getting best way to describe it is like red cobras. Hold on, let me get him up here. So I'm going to start playing around with that some more. I'm going to take one of the males from this cross and breed it to a couple of Roebuck Reds. I'm going to take a female and breed it to a female, or not to a female. That wouldn't work. A female and breed it to a male swordtail, and then do some sibling breedings. Let's see what I can get. We'll have some fun. We'll have some fun. What else is going on in your fish rooms, everybody? Okay, here's the deal. I got home from work at like 2 p.m. today. Bolo was out for I took him for a huge walk. He was out for a grand total of about a half hour in my lap. And he disappeared till I woke him up about an hour ago because he hadn't taken his medicine. Okay, here we go. Man, is he crazy? Come on, Bolo. Come on. And he's also, my dog is also deaf. He's as deaf as a stone. And he works off hand signals. So I'll show you his trick if you haven't seen this. Let's go through like this. This shirt saves lives, by the way. Take it. See, I don't really need to say anything to him because he's not. Okay, sit. He knows what he's supposed to be doing. Okay, let's get this. See, I'm not even talking to him. He used to. Take it. Okay, well, he listened to me there. I don't know what's going on with him. Sit. So there you go. That's how he works. That's how he rolls. Terribly spoiled. Today, when I took him for his walk, I broke some social distancing. A bunch of little kids came up to pet him. So, what do you say? Don't get close to me. You have COVID-19, you little creeps. Nope, I didn't do that. Didn't do that at all. So, yeah. So I have set up. I have 14 tanks set up. Or do I have 12 or 14? Let's see, 9, 10, 12 set up. I'll have 14 set up here in in a couple of days. And then I'm going to start working on the next fish room. And if you saw my video yesterday, you'll see it. It's I'm making a bedroom into a fish room. It's going to be all guppies. And so that's what we have going on there. And okay, Bolo's sitting here like he wants to be petted. So let's see here. Yeah, so zucchini raw. Let's see what else is going on. I need to get more guppy food. I usually have the ultra pellet, and I'm out of that, so I'm gonna have to get some more. I like having that. I'm feeding right now just 3 different things. I have the Doug Gray high protein. I have some flake. I can't remember who it's like one of the expensive flakes. And I have the baby brine shrimp. So that's what I have going on. On my big tank here, where I have basically adult guppies with super reds, shrimp, and Corey's, I'm going to drop in a thing of bloodworms here after we're done with the live stream. What? Come here. And in yesterday's video, you also get to see Bolo up close and personal on his level on the carpeting. So let's see here. Yeah, so the fish room, it's just getting the guppies up and running again. It's just, I've had some fry drops, which are great. And so fry drops are really good. So I'm kind of excited about that. I'm kind of excited about the whole deal. So so that's fun. What else can I share with you guys? I don't know. Here's the one thing I did, and I'm not. I usually don't like reusing heaters, but I didn't pick up a new heater for the 55, which I'll show you. I used the one that was there. I think we're okay. I plugged it in over the weekend. It seems to be hovering around 78 degrees where it's supposed to be. So that's good. Canister filters. The one thing about canister filters that I was not real good. Oh, guess who wants to go down? If you're taking shots, every time Bolo gets down and gets up, you're on your 3rd shot, everybody. You're on your 3rd shot. The process here, again, of just getting everybody up and running, getting everybody doing what they're supposed to do. That's the big thing on the moving and moving fish. See, whenever I've moved, I've always had to move across country, so I've had to liquidate my fish. Find new homes for everybody and all that sort of stuff. But here, I moved all the fish over, so that's kind of nice. So it's so great being in a house. I don't have to worry about the landlord wanting to know what was going on with. Why do you have so many aquariums? We just thought you had a dog. So that's all good. So what else is going on, gang? Kind of silent tonight. You guys are a silent group. You're just lurking away. I know Tampa Tom is busy eating mac and cheese. My oh, by the way, who I saw some content from over the weekend? And it was somebody I was asking about recently because I don't think he's put out a video in a long time. Is our buddy at Charles Fish Tanks. And Charles is really a good guy, and he has discus, and he put out a thing with swordtails. And I'm going to see how long it's been here. I bet you it has been a while since he's put out content because I just haven't seen anything. Yeah, it's 2 years ago. Yeah, see the most recent Charles Fish Tanks. Yeah, no, he has not put anything out in a couple of years. And so all of a sudden, I got concerned that he had given up the hobby. And bingo, bammo, there he was on that. Hey, no, it's very, very cool. It's I'm all about hanging out and chilling. It's all good. I know everybody's schedule is so screwed up over this COVID-19. My community, basically all the restaurants have been closed, except you can get drive-through and takeout from some. And they do curbside service. So it's which is actually good for me. It helps me eat better because I'm so busy, and I know you guys are too. Sometimes I eat junk I shouldn't be eating, mainly because of convenience. I'm hungry now. I need something to eat. You know where I'm at with this? Yeah, so that's the deal. So on payday is generally my day to, okay, Bolo, come on. So payday is usually my day where I have a cheat meal. And when you have a cheat meal, you get to go out, you get to do all you get to have something you normally don't have. And I know I've talked about my diet way too much. I am a modified vegan, so I'll eat vegan stuff. Uh, most meals I'll have eggs, which of course not vegan. I'll have red meat once a week. I'll have fish once a week. I've been on this thing for now thinking about it, almost 2 years, and so it's not so I'm not like a pain in the butt where it's like if I go to a party and they're serving meat, I'll have some meat. Mine is just about basic health. My cholesterol level got to an exciting level that was just about where I needed pills. And he goes, well, I can give you some medicine for that, or you can change your eating habits. Okay, I'm pretty simple. I'll change my eating habits. So that's what I did. I ended up just changing my eating habits. And in it, I dropped my cholesterol 40 points, just changing my eating habits. So that's what goes on from there. So And I like zucchini. I keep getting zucchini because that's what I keep giving my fish. So that's sort of the fun that we have going on there. Um, the move over the 55, I'm going to tell you something. Oh, you're on the cholesterol meds already? Yeah, but you're in Hawaii. You have all that great, you have Hawaiian barbecue and you have Spam. Not necessarily good on the cholesterol, right? Right, Jesse? Yeah, so it's just yeah, so all I can tell you is this is that it's better to be on cholesterol medicine if you need to be. If you can change your diet to be off it, at least for me, that's the better deal. So here's the pain in the butt about moving baby super red plecos. I moved over to and how tough these fish are, by the way. I'm going to tell you how tough they are because they were they went and they changed exactly what was going on with them, and they're doing killer well. So here's what I did, and I'll make a video sort of show what's going on with this tank. So here's what I did with my I went and tried to get out as many as possible. It was very difficult. They're very tough to catch when they're a quarter of an inch long. Maybe a little bit. They may be like an eighth of an inch now, or they're. I have a couple that look like they're almost half. Okay, here's what I did. I got out as many as I could, got them over into the new tank. I took the 55 down and left a half inch of water in it, and I couldn't get all the shrimp out either. I got a lot out, but I didn't get them all out. Okay, so I got them out. And so I moved over on a Saturday. I realized I didn't have enough pre-treated water, and if I put water in at 50 degrees, it would not be good. That would shock what was in there. So I filled up my 2 garbage cans thing, and I treated the water and let it sit overnight. So it's I went in, filled it up to the top, and that's like on Sunday. And I didn't plug in the heater, and I didn't turn on the filter till Saturday. So it's basically a week without a filter, over a week at room temperature, which is I think the water was like 67 degrees. I don't think I lost anything. So and there's actually a couple of baby guppies in there as well. Again, I haven't lost a thing. They seem to be doing quite well. So pretty impressive. Pretty impressive all the way around. So it's my office. We're working, but it's like a skeleton crew, and I have to go in. I basically am at the office about 5 hours a day, and then I complete work here. We haven't gone on a full shutdown in my community yet. We have some COVID-19 cases, but not a ton. So it's just Polo, what? Sorry about my little buddy guys. So we have some COVID-19 cases, but not not a ton. I think we have like 8 in the community. It may be 10 now. We have not had a death, which is good. And I know a lot of our communities. I have friends in New York City, and they're just being hammered by this. An hour away in Springfield, Missouri, they've had a bunch of deaths and a bunch of cases. And it got into like Seattle, got into an old folks home. And so at that old folks home, 4 people have died. 4, which is terrible. And because I feel sorry for the people, it's they seem like They seem like they're great folks. So it's just in having to go through that. I have a buddy of mine whose mother is in the hospital, and her mother's, I think in her mid to late 70s and is not doing well. And my buddy and her siblings cannot see their mother, and it's at the end, more than likely. So, you know, uh, people having to go through all the COVID-19 stuff, not a lot of fun right now. So be careful. Now, I go into public, but I try to do my full social distancing thing. Okay, Bolo coming up again. Those of you taking shots along with us. And I just took him out for a nice long walk, so I don't know what his deal is. I don't know what he hasn't pooped yet, so that's probably what he wants. He's hungry. He's eating. He hasn't pooped yet this afternoon. He did it. He did when I took him for his. I took him out probably about 10 a.m. When I came home for lunch. When I came home for lunch, everybody. So he. So that's what's going on there. Oh man. Hey you. If anyone wants to know who runs the house, David Samsel, what's up? How are you? By the way, 5 here, 3 likes, 3 big thumbs up, so that's good. I know ESPN is showing Monday Night Football tonight. I don't know which game we're getting, but I'm looking forward to it. And I think it's tonight they're showing it. Watching all these rewind games, I got to hear a St. Louis Cardinals game on the radio this weekend. Pretty sweet, hanging out in the garage. It's I no longer smoke. I don't even smoke a cigar anymore. That would have made it like perfect. But I was out there in the garage listening to a baseball game, putzing around, doing garage stuff. So, it's just bizarre. So the other tip I have, to going through is I did make this mistake in the moving. I got rid of way too much hornwort and guppy grass. I mean, I got rid of it. I actually have to go and separate some I have because I have a couple of guppy tanks that have no plants in them whatsoever. So that wasn't good. Hey Bolo, are you gonna get in the way of us having our good time in the fish thing? I may end up having to leave a little bit early today because guess who wants to go for a walk? Hearing him? So so I may end up just doing that and taking him for a walk. All right, gang. Great having you here. Yeah, by the way, I did get some more $1 a gallon. I would have to drive to Fayetteville. I cannot go to Springfield. Springfield's on lockdown. So that's where I'm at on that, Larry D. All right, gang. I gotta run. I gotta skedaddle. I got a dog that needs help. I gotta take him for a walk. Thanks. Have a good one.